Yo, what's happening, YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here, and yeah, it's been a week, and I hope you guys have had, an amazing Thanksgiving and an even better Black Friday because we all love that holiday. Anyway, as it's been a week, so it took a little breather, but I'm back at it, bringing you guys some prank kids, and this is not the deck. Okay, hold on one second. One second. Alright, there we go. Now we got our prank kids. It's the list is, oh my god, are you serious? This is a trucker? Hold on. Alright, back guys. So anyway, the list is kind of standard. Reason being, there's not too much that you could really do with this, not with the deck, but there's not too much you can out of the norm you can do with this deck because this deck requires too many pieces for it to function. That's just how it is when it comes to a fusion based deck. When it comes to a fusion based deck, you need a lot of materials, and yeah, so unfortunately that's how it works. But what we do have, we have some Phantom Sky Blasters up in here, because what I've noticed with this deck while playing is you don't really need your normal summon. So play your prank kid strategy and then play like a normal summon that's like really strong. And so I chose Sky Blaster for this. Now we are playing Thunder Dragon, not a Thunder Dragon package, but we are playing 3 Thunder Dragons and 1 Fusion. Because, well, the package itself isn't really all that good, especially without Prank Kids Rock. Now, with Prank Kids Rock, this is going to, warrant the package, of course. One thing I do want to note is even with the package, if you're going first, if you look, there's really nothing else that's not a Prank Kids Link monster that you can link into with the down pointing arrow. Deck space is like really tight. Now I could take out a Toad and maybe throw in, I don't know, an Underclock Taker or something. Or a Landfall Linkage, sure, that could work. But, I do like the Toad option. If your hand is good enough, you can end on Bow Wow, a quick play spell, a Toad, and a Colossus. So, you could do stuff like that. But anyway, enough of the talk. I'm going to go and show you some replays. And I'll see you on the other side. Alright guys, so here we go, on to the first replay. Now, this one is going to be a loss, but this is, so I opened this hand, as you can see, can't really do anything, so we go ahead and we go ahead and scoop it up, just so we don't let our opponent know what we're playing. And so here, we decide to go first again, and we still don't know what we're playing against. So yeah, on that turn for me, I searched the wind guy, and I'm like, oh well, never mind, I skipped a step. So field spell, we discard and we go in normal, and yeah, we're getting our cock-a-doodle-doo over here. So now we're gonna fusion, and we're gonna go ahead and summon out a wind for no reason. I don't know why we summoned the wind, considering we don't have Thunder Dragon in hand. But you know what? We got this. We got this. So we summon our drop seas, and we go ahead and set the trap, and we set the quick play spell, and we end phase, we start shuffling back with the continuous spell, and an evenly match just hits the board. But that's just the beauty about this deck, is that you could be down to 1 card and you still have, look, I'm still +1 after that evenly, and look, he even leaves me, and he's playing like dinosaurs. And we're still doing stuff. We still establish a board even after the evenly. This deck is really good at just playing on the opponent's turn. So I don't know why he summons Overtext, but he ends on Colossus. I'm like, okay, good luck. I don't really search. I don't really need to. I could just make Boral Sword and kill you. Just like that. So, as you can clearly see, we're looking at some pretty neat things going on here. So we get the draw off the Unicorn after getting the Colossus off the board, and we poly in a Rocket, and Okay, so yeah, he does tribute to negate that card. And he cherries the Rip Boral Sword. I'm like, oh, it's like you knew I was going for it. So, you know, we make Toad, and we're Thunder Dragon fusing a Fansies and a Thunder Dragon for Super Bolt. So even after the evenly, you know, the Overtext, the Colossus and all that, we still win that game. And, you know, I mean, it goes to show that, you know, hey, even if you dwindle the field down, you know, I can just play on your turn, still, no problem. And, yeah, I've actually had people quit on me because of that. I've had somebody quit and just say, damn, you're doing more on my turn than you're playing, you're doing more on my turn. Yeah, you're doing more than me on my own turn. Hold on. Here's a trucker. Alright, we back, guys. So on with the duels. Let's see. He DD Crows my continuous spells, but, you know, luckily Doodle Doo doesn't need to get both of them to resolve, so that was fine. You know, we get the droll going on, and he just ends on, of course he opens his, okay, so he gets Overtext, and that's fine and all, but the real problem is, well, I can't do anything. I don't know why he continues to play Overtext and not UCT. UCT would have been a little bit easier, but with Overtext I can't play my fusion spells, so you know what, that sucks. Anyway, on to the next one. Alright, we back, guys. We got part 2 right here. Speaking of part 2, I will have a part 2 of this deck coming after we get Rockies and all that, so yeah. I don't have many replays of this deck going on because I've just been playing a lot more decks. Let's see. Alright. So as you can see, we got a typical combo going on here. You know, we go ahead and add that to our hand with the Rooster. I'm going to go ahead and grab Fansies. And we discard for the token, make Bow Wow, make Treat Toad, set the Quick Play and the Trap card. And we mulligan, we get that draw. So I think hopefully here we'll be able to see the Sky Blaster in action. But hey, I don't know why this person takes back the Raigeki, but you know, it's just like whatever. Teller Knight, Metaphos, something going on. Who knows? But oh yeah, so we do get our Sky Blaster going. So we make Nightmare Phoenix, Call a Haunted Deneb. I'm like, all right, cool. Metaphors counter. I'm like, all right, that's fine. We make Unicorn. You know, we instant fusion for Rocket, and we summon Doodle and all that. We make another Doodle, and we summon another Prank Kids, and yeah. So we make Boral Sword Dragon, and we make Super Bolt, and we summon Weather Watcher, and it's over. Because, well, yep. Let's see if I can, oh yeah, that was quick. Let's see how long it's gonna take for me to find the next one. Alright, here we are. We got, yet another one for you guys, ready to showcase. Now, I think here we're gonna show you some of the inherent problems that the deck has. It's not this game per se, but, you know, I'm looking at set 4 over here because, you know, I don't like when decks set 4. I really don't. I don't like when decks set 3, or no. Like, oh man, I hate that shit. Shit's annoying to have to deal with. Nobody wants to deal with that. But let's see. Bam, Doodle, and we get the Foolish. We send the Trap card to the graveyard. We fusion summon for our Rocket Boy. All right, hold on. Back, guys. Sorry about that. A driver just randomly decided to walk in here, so yeah, I had to take care of that real quick. Okay, next one. And we back and we rolling, guys. Here we go. I think this might be the last bit of Prank Kids we got going on here, for an example. So I think this might be the match where I can just show off some of the inherent problems with the deck. that kind of, that is kind of unfixable, kinda. But I'll end up showing you. Because I think we go into game like 2 and 3 with this, so just stand by. Whew. Man. So, as a lot of you know that I am suspended, and my suspension isn't lifted until what was it? March 13th. Now, 3 days afterwards is the Atlanta event, the 3v3. Now, the problem I have is I don't know how long it's going to take for Konami to get back to me after I request for reinstatement, after my ban has been lifted. So, as much as I want to go to Atlanta, it seems like a real dice roll, if you know what I mean. Seems like a real dice roll to go ahead and get the ticket and just request reinstatement, and then 3 days later they still haven't gotten back to me. That'd be that wouldn't be too good. So I don't know what I should do here. So I went ahead. I think I'm gonna email Konami and just ask them about that. Just so I don't just waste time and money on the ticket. So yeah. So that's what we got going on here. So, I think, as you're going to see right here, we have an inherent problem. And that problem being, there's two problems with this deck. One, if you don't have a way to fusion summon, if you don't open poly, like, look, I have 2 prank kits in hand. Oh, hold on. I'm going to check it right here, actually. Yes, sir. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Back. Anyway, if you open multiple Prank Kids monsters and you do not open a way to fusion summon, if you do not have the index searcher, which, leads to the second problem of the deck, if you don't have a way to fusion summon, you can't trigger your Prank Kids, you can't get going. So that leaves you to, let's say, if you don't have a fusion spell, you need to get into, let's say, Doodle Doo to search your fusion spell so you can actually, play the game. But that leads to our second problem. If you don't open the continuous spell, because if you don't open a fusion spell, then you have to link summon to get to it, and in order to do that, there's no Prank Kids that allows you to summon another Prank Kids on like normal summon. So you have to have the continuous spell, and you have to have like a Prank Kids monster card to discard for the token, and you have to successfully get that normal summon off. I've been in situations where I get the continuous spell, and like the only Prank Kids card in my hand is a monster, and it's just like I can't discard this. I still can't play. So if you can't fusion summon or link summon, it's over, because this is this is an inherent flaw of the deck. Is just relying on fusion summoning in general is an inherent flaw in 2018. Simply because you have to have a fusion spell to go anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I have 3 King of the Swamps and 3 Poly and 3 of the the Pandemonium, but if you don't see it, then, well, you, and or the continuous spell, which it sounds silly, it sounds like it would never happen, but it's happened a couple times. It's happened more than once. And then there's the times where I access like all like the fusion based cards and all that, and like 1 Prank Kids. So it's just like you have to have 3 cards for your stuff to work when it comes to fusion. You have to have a poly or some sort of fusion spell plus 2 Prank Kids, not 1 but 2. And there's not that many, we only have 9 of them. So anyway, enough of the rambling. You're seeing the inherent problems right now. Look at it, I have all 3 Prank Kids, but there's like, I can't do anything with them. I have the continuous spell, I don't have a fusion spell, and it's just a disaster. So, this is the point where I noticed, hey, you can have your combo pieces, But if you don't have a way to kickstart your combo, i.e. your fusion cards, well, you're not going to have a good time. So, yeah. As you can clearly see, you know, of what's going on here. So, I think I give him the game. Not sure. Yeah, so I have instant fusion, but I only have one Prank Kids in my graveyard. So having instant fusion is another option, you know, if you're able to stall, but there's no way to like turbo cards into your graveyard. And look, this is the other problem we got. We got all fusion spells this time, but like no Prank Kids. You can even have one Prank Kids, but you need a second one to do anything. You need a second Prank Kids to be able to take advantage of those fusion spells and all that. So, you know, I ended on Colossalus, but it's just like I knew I still lost because it's like if all you have is sitting on one Colossus, even against Sky Strikers, you lose. You know, just Hiate and just send Widow Anchor and then just Rabbit and then play it and set up your combo or set up your board and you just won. So, you know, right here, you know, we get an okay hand. We're good. We're good to go. Alright. So with that being said, we get Thunder Dragon and we discard King of the Swamp. And we're fusion summoning our Prank Kids Rocket. And yeah, we're going in, boys. We're going into our Rooster. And we go ahead and tribute. Now I should have overlaid it into Tree Toad first. However, oh, 1 second. Back, guys. Back. So we get our Super Bolt. Even though we should have overlaid it into Toad first before tributing for our Doodle. So it can be where that fire guy is, and then have Super Bolt over here. So it would have been even better. It would have been so much better. We would have had Toad Colossus, Bow Wow with a set, you know, yeah, whatever. So we getting a Soul Charge here. I don't know. Everybody will always open Soul Charge except me. I love Soul Charge to death, but whew, I hate when I can never open it and everybody will open it every single opening hand. I'm like, come on, give me that luck for once. That'd be fantastic. So, here we go. Look at that. With all this card advantage, we got Triver is just bouncing everything. I'm like, alright, cool. Look at that. I got so many cards in it, it's not even funny. So here we go. We are going in on our opponent. You know, we get our Instant Fusion, and that Alpha is going in. And Deneb is going to defense, and we go for Doodle. And that gets Alpha'd again, so I'm like, alright, cool. So we go Poly, and we go into Rocket, and it's over. So, anyway, guys, what did we learn here? Again, the deck is really good at what it does when it gets going. However, any combo in Prank Kids requires 3 cards to function. You always need, like, whether it's for a fusion play or the link play. You know, if you're doing the fusion play, you need a fusion spell and 2 Prank Kids available for your combo to work. Or, if you're going for the link play, you need the continuous spell, a Prank Kids card to discard, and a Prank Kids monster to summon. So they both require 3 cards for these things to work. Now, granted, Rockies will add a little more consistency because you get more monsters. But again, if you don't see any field spells or fusion spells or continuous spells, you're in a tight spot. So yeah. So yeah. Hopefully you guys learned something here. There will be a part 2 when we get Rockies and all that. Sorry I was out for a week. You know, I had to take a little breather. You know, went on a couple dates. You know, enjoyed some time and all that. So yeah. If you made it this far into the video, just comment hashtag Team Rogue with Spice, because somebody actually messaged me via Messenger. It said, hey, I want to be a part of this Team Rogue with Spice. I'm like, should I even? You know, that's a good question. Should I make a team? I don't even know what I would end up doing if I made a team. I don't know how that stuff even works, but you know what? I'm actually interested in doing so because I have a pretty good card, good sized card pool. So Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing out.